My name is Ed Spurlock, and I want to just take a minute and talk to you about the Bonhoeffer Project, because you're probably just like me. You're looking for something to help you be a disciple maker or a better disciple maker. When I discovered the Bonhoeffer Project at a discipleship forum, I knew I was in the right place for me. Immediately after joining a cohort, I knew it was going to be a real life-changing event because I began to see and understand the mistakes I had been making as a disciple maker. I had the desire, I had an understanding, but I wasn't as intentional as I needed to be. And perhaps the most changing thing for me is discovering that we use so much language, we use so many words that we think followers understand. But that definition needed to be clearly defined and intentionally defined. And if we weren't doing that, then we were leaving it up to others to define it for them. And so we had to be intentional, even with the words we used and how we used them, and to reclaim some of those definitions. So it blew up our whole process. Even to while we were doing things, we had to evaluate everything we did to create a good discipleship flow process. So it was very intense, it was very worthwhile, and I absolutely think it's the best thing I've ever done as a pastor. And I'd say to you that as a cohort leader, it continues to cause me to stay in my definitions and stay in my plan. We continue to tweak and continue to change, because after we implemented our plan, we realized that it's kind of a living document. Our definitions don't change and our message don't change, but how we communicate it, the methods that we communicate with will change. And are we being effective in the areas? So we have to tweak and do. COVID has caused us to change because of distancing and things that will need to be in a different way and a different method to continue to make disciples. So I would tell you that the Bonhoeffer Project is probably the single most significant thing I've done as a pastor to ensure that I'll be making disciples and I'll be raising others that'll do that. That we can start a world revolution through local discipleship making.